But let's say a woman like Danny is comfortable with that in her relationship, or the guys, whatever she deals with. Is that wrong? Because you know how the N-word, we've taken it to make it our own, right? Which is still a problematic word, but same way, can't a woman or that couple take that word or that phrase and make it their own and say, you know what? Yeah, he's murdering the pussy, but at the end of the day, it's understood between them two. Is it a way to kind of like own it?
I would rather women be able to say that than allow black men to say that, because that is the exact same as a fucking drunken fraternity white boy using the N-word when he raps to Eminem songs or other rappers' songs and saying, well, it's just a song. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, so
we have to do better. Like, I'm not even trying to shame anybody.
No,
I'm saying when you look at what is happening with maternal mortality rates of black women, with SB8 happening in Texas, and women's rights being removed for their bodily autonomy, we really need black men to step up and do better. And if behind closed doors, you want to say, ooh, I'm finna beat it up, and that is what you and your partner decide, I'm fine with that. But what I'm saying is, let me finish, the commercialization, the commercialization of the idea that I'm gonna beat the pussy up or I'm gonna murder the pussy. That's problematic language. And I'm only saying that to you because I have worked in schools. I've worked with middle schoolers who have actually adapted their sexual behavior to violent behavior to get in bed with their peers. Really? Because we have taught them as adults through our music, through our conversations, through our movies. So that is the base. And from there, we can grow. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I feel so bad because I didn't know that. Because I'd be like, choke me!
I mean, honey, I like to get my back blown out too. And that's the other side of the narrative. I too enjoy being submissive in the bedroom, but that is between me and my partner.
Yeah, but what about people who are extremely freaky, like into BDMS? What is that?
BDSM.
You know, so like those people that are like whipping people and
we don't use that language. We don't use that language.
Abusing people.
We don't use that language.
But they do because
are you in BDSM?
No, not me. But
okay, so stop saying they do. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you.
What language is that? Do you mean the whipping? You talking about using that word?
So we may use violent language. We may choose to submit to power, but it is always pre-negotiated. It is always consensual. Oftentimes there are safe words. How many of you here have safe words for your partner?
I never got that far.
Me neither. I think it's like you said, it's about being
meaning
communicative.
I don't have sex to the point where I need to say a safe word. That's what I'm saying.
If you're having
look, hold on.
I'm not that kinky.
No. Let me break it down.
My partner's not hurting me like that. Where I'm like, pineapple.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'll give you a real example of why you would. I'll give you a real example of why you would need a safe word. Say you like to be choked.
Yep.
At some point,
I like to be choked.
If you're getting choked and you're enjoying it, but it's also getting a little too tight.
Yep.
It's also getting a little too tight. You need to be able to, because if you say stop, people be like, oh, okay, it's just a no, stop. It's one of those. Whereas you actually want him to stop or like just like come up 3 inches off my neck.
I understand.
So,
what I'm saying is that I
let
don't
me
have
answer
sex to that point. That's all I'm saying.
Because I'm somebody that I do personally like that, and I've experienced that multiple times. And I feel like I just trust in my partner that they're not gonna choke me to death. I trust in my partner that they're not gonna make me pass out. To notice my face while they're on top of me, choking me. To notice if I'm passing out. If I'm passing out, you need to stop.
But what if your face is in the pillow?
Sense.
How do they know?
What if your face is in the pillow and they're choking
I feel like you
this?
make noise, like I don't know,
they
like
could
you
think
make it known. I don't know.
But they could think. Here's the thing, like
you don't say like I don't know. That's just me.
I've choked women in my life, and I've always was very conscious of what I'm doing and what's going on. What's too long? Like, listen, some people have safe words because some people have stronger thresholds than others. And if that's what turns you on, that's what turns you on. Me personally, the women that I've had sex with, I've never had that type of extreme where we felt it was necessary to bring in a safe word. if she said, yo, yeah, I like X, Y, and Z. Sorry for the clap. If she said, yes, I like X, Y, and Z, let's make pineapple the safe word. And I'm like, all right, cool. Then I'm gonna reciprocate and use pineapple as a safe word. But I'm gonna tell you, as somebody who has had a good life, we never had a safe word.
You know what? Wait, Michelle, you are right. I want to share a story. You guys are right. I was too rough, and I didn't know it. And then she told me afterwards she would never have sex again with me because she was too rough. I was too rough, but she didn't make any signs. She just went along with it. And I replayed it, and I said, you didn't say nothing. She said, at that moment, it was almost like I wasn't, my body was here, but my mind wasn't. And I realized, like, yo, when she replayed it, she broke it down. She was like, I was in pain, like, you was too rough. And I just like, almost like a person that's playing dead for the bear to stop. Yep. So that's what she did. So you know what? I take it back. At that time, and I'm 36, I was in my 20s, and I did have sex where it was rough, and she didn't say nothing until after, and we never had sex again. And I was conscious of it, as Naisha was saying about when I am having sex, my choking, even though I didn't use a safe word, that moment where she told me what it was, I've been more cognizant of the choke and how rough I'm going. I'm paying attention to a woman's body, but so.
I want to be very transparent with, if you're seeing my facial reactions or my body language change, what is happening for me is I am conflicted deeply.
And that's when I stopped.
Because I get it that we don't talk about this stuff. So we're not open and we're not honest about past traumas. So we'll act like, ooh, I can take the big dick, slay this pussy, beat it up, daddy. But unfortunately, a lot of people have not fully processed their sexual trauma. So in the moment, they can have a PTSD reaction. Mm-hmm. And they may or may not have even realized that it would come up for them. Like the person you thought you were having, was enjoying it. And because we have not been educated on language, we have not been taught how to have these conversations, we continue to put ourselves in positions where we can be hurt. And then we don't talk about them and we move on to the next relationship. All my friends are like, ooh, girl, he was the worst dick of all. And I'll always be like, well, did you tell him? No, girl, I just stopped calling him. Thank you for throwing him back out into the dating pool. So now I can catch his raggedy ass and have bad sex with him. We as a community, and it's not just, Black and brown people, we have not been given a space where we feel safe talking about sex and sexuality. And a part of that is connected to the long history of sexual trauma we have experienced here.